Over the last 7 years, Victoria's had incredible success in delivering new renewable energy projects, going from 10% generation in 2014 to over around 30% earlier this year. We've shown you can reduce emissions while growing the economy, delivering 44% economic growth while cutting emissions by 25% since 2014. We've shown that renewables create jobs, with 24,000 jobs being created by our 2030 renewable energy target. And we've shown that renewables can slash power costs, with bills declining by over 10% over the past 12 months. None of this happened by accident. It required ambitious renewable energy targets, a range of policies to support renewables like Australia's largest reverse auction, and over $500 million to unlock all 6 of Victoria's renewable energy zones. As part of our 2020-21 state budget, we announced our record $1.6 billion clean energy package. This was the largest investment in renewables ever made by an Australian state jurisdiction, and it will drive a massive increase in the amount of renewable energy and energy efficiency in our state. We're also managing the transition from our legacy brown coal electricity generation to renewable sources with long-term planning and policy. In March, we reached agreement with Energy Australia to bring forward the early closure of the Yallourn Power Station, located in the southeast of our state, from 2032 to 2028. That agreement not only provides 7 years' notice for the energy market, it provides 7 years of certainty for the power station workers and their community. As part of this agreement, we are supporting the construction of a massive 350 megawatt 4-hour duration battery, which will also provide crucial support for our growing renewable energy capacity. There are challenges as well. A modernised energy system will need to balance our traditional fossil fuel generation with ever-increasing amounts of solar and wind integration, and look at ways to unlock options for consumers to be rewarded for providing network and market services. It will also need to manage the substitution of natural gas with new technologies like renewable hydrogen and electrification. To do this, we are developing a gas substitution roadmap, the first state in the country to develop such a roadmap. This roadmap will position Victoria as the leader in gas substitution, showing how we will shift more appliances to electricity, improve energy efficiency, reduce fugitive emissions, and increase the uptake of renewable hydrogen, biogas, and other sustainable emerging technologies. And we will need to build new transmission infrastructure and storage capacity to deliver those renewable energy resources. We are excited by the opportunities in offshore wind and renewable hydrogen. We're capitalising on these advantages through the $108 million Energy Innovation Initiative, which includes targeted support for both renewable hydrogen and offshore wind. Victoria is fortunate to have world-class offshore wind resources, including a lengthy coastline, strong consistent wind speeds, and expertise in maritime engineering. We have a number of projects that are well advanced, and we're very excited at the potential to unlock this new era of generation. In the coming months, I'll be releasing an offshore wind strategy, as well as announcing the first recipients of support through the Energy Innovation Fund. Likewise, we have significant competitive advantages in the renewable hydrogen space, with our extensive gas networks, a highly skilled gas workforce, world-class education and research institutions, connected transport networks, and export-ready infrastructure. We've outlined our vision in our Renewable Hydrogen Industry Development Plan. The plan outlines how our state will create long-term jobs through new career pathways and skills clusters that help to take advantage of this opportunity. We know this makes good economic sense, but we also know that the emergence of renewable hydrogen can have a real impact on reducing greenhouse gas emissions across our industrial, energy and transport sectors. We're starting by building capacity, supporting our education sector to build the skills for renewable hydrogen through the Victorian Higher Education State Investment Fund. This has included $10 million for the Victorian Hydrogen Hub and $9 million to support Deakin University's HyCell Technology Hub. To ensure the building blocks for a thriving renewable hydrogen industry are in place, we've also launched the Victorian Hydrogen Technology Clusters Network. These 4 clusters, located around the state, bring Victoria's hydrogen industry together to amplify their impact, connecting businesses, universities, innovators, local and state government agencies and communities in developing renewable hydrogen projects. And on top of our Energy Innovation Fund, we are offering more than $7 million in grants as part of the Renewable Hydrogen Business Ready Fund and Commercialisation Pathways Fund to ensure the market and our economy is ready to take advantage of this emerging technology. In Victoria, our solar and wind resources are dispersed across the state, so we need to strengthen the grid in those places with the greatest renewable energy potential. This ensures we're making the most of our abundant renewable energy resources while creating jobs in our regional areas and boosting local economies. Our renewable energy zones have been identified by the Australian Energy Market Operator as the 6 areas in Victoria with the highest potential for renewable energy development. The Victorian Government has drawn up a renewable energy zone development plan, and we're providing $540 million to unlock the potential of these zones, including building the network infrastructure necessary for the energy transition. We've established a new body called the VicGrid that will coordinate the overarching planning and development of the renewable energy zones. In August 2021, we announced the initial Stage 1 priority projects of the RES development plan. 6 new energy projects designed to reduce costs and risk for renewable energy developers wanting to connect to the grid in Victoria. Once implemented, Victoria's Renewable Energy Zone Development Plan will support an additional 10 gigawatts of new large-scale renewable energy capacity by 2040. Like most jurisdictions around the world, Victoria's energy sector is undergoing rapid transformation as technological advancements enable the decentralisation and democratisation of energy. The scale of change in the energy market is already unprecedented. That pace of change will only increase in the next decade, but with that comes a range of opportunities. Victoria has made itself Australia's clean energy leader by creating a strong policy framework, investing boldly in new technology programs and setting ambitious targets for both renewable energy generation and carbon reduction. The transition of our energy system is opening a suite of opportunities for international investors wanting to participate in our rapidly evolving energy market. Our energy vision has been built on the pillars of making energy more sustainable, affordable and reliable. As we head towards COP in Glasgow, there's a lot of focus on whether we, as a country, are finally ready to sign up to net zero. Now, that's a question Victoria resolved 5 years ago. The question is no longer about your goal for 2050, but what you will do between now and 2030. That's why we are proud to have set a target to halve our emissions by 2030. To achieve this, we need to be relentless in our pursuit of decarbonisation while making society fairer and more just. Our transition to renewable energy is achieving all of these goals, and we embrace working with like-minded jurisdictions around the world who not only see the benefits of a clean energy future for our environment, but for our economies as well.